Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. You don't want to miss any Jets updates, especially not this one. Let's get right into it. The New York Jets wide receiver room is once again the talk of the offseason, and not necessarily for the right reasons. While Garrett Wilson is undeniably a star, the question looms large: who's next? Jets fans have seen this movie before. We've watched countless wide receiver rotations, questionable signings, and hopeful breakout candidates who never quite got there. And now, with the 2025 season rapidly approaching, the need for a true number 2 wideout behind Wilson is growing more urgent by the day. Names like Josh Reynolds and Allen Lazard are penciled in as potential contributors. But let's be honest, neither has cemented himself as a consistent threat. Reynolds has experience with offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand, but that chemistry hasn't guaranteed success in the past. Lazard? After a forgettable 2024 campaign, fans and coaches alike are still waiting to see if he's worth the investment. That brings us to an intriguing possibility. Jauan Jennings. The San Francisco 49ers receiver is reportedly unhappy with his contract situation. If he doesn't get a new deal, he's expected to request a trade. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Jennings isn't a big-name superstar, but he's a gritty, physical, and versatile receiver who stepped up big when it mattered most. In 2024, Jennings posted 77 catches for 975 yards and 6 touchdowns. Impressive numbers considering he wasn't the 49ers' first option to start the season. With Brandon Ayuk going down after 7 games and Deebo Samuel underwhelming, Jennings filled the void admirably. He became one of Brock Purdy's most reliable targets down the stretch, working both outside and in the slot, while also showcasing strong blocking ability and reliable hands, just a 4.9% drop rate. So why should the Jets care? Because Jauan Jennings fits the mold of what this offense desperately needs: a dependable, flexible WR2 who won't command WR1 money. Let's get into the financials and football fit, because this is where things get real. Jennings is playing on a very manageable deal right now. His 2025 cap hit is just over $4 million. That's a bargain for someone coming off a near 1,000-yard season. He signed a 2-year deal worth under $12 million after the 2023 campaign, but understandably, he wants a raise after significantly outperforming that contract. From the Jets' perspective, a new deal in the $11 minus $13 million range annually over 3 years would be right in line with what other solid WR2s are earning. Think Darnell Mooney or Joshua Palmer territory. This wouldn't break the bank and would still allow GM Joe Douglas and the front office to plan extensions for core players like Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and potentially Jermaine Johnson down the line. But it does beg the question, what about the offensive line? Can you still afford to keep Elijah Vera-Tucker and John Simpson if you invest in a receiver like Jennings? That's the balancing act. If you trade for Jennings and give him a respectable contract, you might only retain one of your starting guards long term. But if you don't make a move, are you willing to ride into another season hoping Josh Reynolds or Allen Lazard suddenly becomes WR2 material? Jennings solves multiple issues. He gives your QB, whether it's Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, or a rookie next year, a security blanket. He adds toughness and blocking to the perimeter run game. He relieves pressure from Garrett Wilson, drawing attention in the red zone and on third downs. And he brings playoff experience and leadership to a young locker room hungry for consistency. And what would the trade cost? Not much. Day 3 picks are the norm for wide receivers seeking extensions. A 4th or 5th round pick should get it done. That's a steal if Jennings becomes the guy the Jets think he can be. Look at the recent history. Brandon Marshall was acquired for a 5th rounder. Amari Cooper went for a 5th. Keenan Allen was nearly cut before being traded. There's a pattern here. Solid, but not elite, wide receivers don't require blockbuster trades. And Jets fans, Don't be fooled by flashy names. Signing aging stars like Cooper or Allen is the equivalent of putting a used band-aid on a fresh wound. It might hold for a moment, but it's not built to last. Jennings is younger, healthier, and entering his prime. That matters. Let's move on to the new news. But before that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying this breakdown, smash that like button and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. We cover all the big moves, rumors, and decisions surrounding your New York Jets. Now, let's keep going. If the Jets make a move for Jennings, it's not just about 2025. It's about building a reliable offense for the next 3 to 5 years. Let's say Justin Fields proves himself this season. Great, you've got a potential long-term QB. What better way to help him develop than by surrounding him with Garrett Wilson, Jawan Jennings, and tight end Mason Taylor, who had an impressive rookie campaign. And if Fields falters and the Jets draft a new quarterback next year, the same logic applies. The worst thing you can do to a rookie QB is throw him into an offense full of question marks and washed-up veterans. Jennings provides stability and production. The biggest challenge for the Jets right now is depth. Beyond Wilson, the WR room is crowded but unconvincing. Josh Reynolds has upside but is inconsistent. Allen Lazard fell off last year and may not rebound. Xavier Gibson, Aaron Smith, and Malachi Corley, talented but unproven. Corley in particular is facing an uphill battle. Drafted by a previous regime and dealing with off-season injuries, he's not guaranteed a roster spot. Smith is a developmental deep threat, but he's still raw. That's why this isn't just about signing someone to compete. This is about solidifying the second receiving option behind Garrett Wilson and giving your offensive coordinator the tools to implement a flexible, dynamic passing game. Look at the big picture. A healthy Garrett Wilson plus Jawan Jennings equal one of the most reliable WR duos in the AFC East. Add in Mason Taylor and a potentially resurgent Josh Reynolds as WR3, and suddenly this offense feels balanced. Then, whether it's Fields or a rookie QB, you have a structure that can withstand injuries and inconsistencies. At age 28, Jennings still has multiple productive years ahead. You're not banking on a one-year rental. You're investing in a long-term solution that can grow with your offense, evolve with your QB, and help your team reach the playoffs again. The New York Jets have a decision to make. They can play it safe. Hope Josh Reynolds becomes the WR2. Pray Allen Lazard rebounds. Cross fingers for a Malachi Corley breakout. But hope isn't a strategy. Certainty wins games. Or they can act boldly and acquire Jawan Jennings, a player who fits their offense, solves a long-standing issue, and won't cost them a fortune. In a league where separation matters, both on the field and in the standings, the Jets can't afford to be static. The Jennings move isn't about flash. It's about function. And for once, the Jets have the flexibility and foresight to make a move that supports their stars and their future. Let us know in the comments, should the Jets go after Jawan Jennings? And who do you want to see lining up opposite Garrett Wilson this season? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss the latest New York Jets updates. More breakdowns, trades, and bold moves coming your way right here.